Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian, welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 22 with the Pittsburgh Pirates. We were gifted in this offseason a bevy of financial resources, of which we used almost none, because there weren't any really good top flight players available in free agency. We did make some upgrades. I don't want to make it seem like we didn't make any. We added new shortstop John Mitchell, who is a good defender and a reasonably competent hitter. We added new starting pitchers Jake Whitlock and John DeFranco. And that's basically it. We didn't really invest too heavily in any other position other than the ones that we already had. That's really all there is to say. I did want to very quickly check out someone had commented that I forgot to change over some of my pitchers to hitters from the last draft, and I thought it was in the tour through history playthrough, but apparently not, because I didn't see anybody last time I checked that. So we're gonna go to teams. And Los Pirates de Pittsburgh. Let's see here. Nope, he's supposed to be a hitter. He is too. Nope, he's allegedly supposed to be a pitcher. Oh wait, we want the very last group, don't we? Wild is fine. Watson is fine. Robinson is fine. Knowlton is fine. Shell. Here we go. Sure, play second base, I guess. I don't really care what position you play. I think that's the one that you folks were talking about. Ochoa. Yeah, Ochoa, you can be a catcher. You're marginally better at that than you would be at pitching. Ford is just not very good. And that's fine. So, thank you for those of you who pointed that out. I think that was, I can't remember. I'm sorry. I try to remember people's comments, names, but I just don't because I suck. I'm sorry. But thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see Greg Shell develop nicely. Maybe not as a position player, maybe not a second baseman though, but anyway, if he develops his bat, he'll at least have a future on the team. Okay. Before we start simming, I wanted to bring up one other very important point that someone had brought out, and it's an excellent point that I can't really do anything about, but doesn't stop from being excellent. Because Andres Avila is a catcher, we're only going to get him for about 140 games a season, and that's if he is at his very healthiest. That means there's 22-game season when we're not going to have him. And that is very not good in the grand scheme of things. But there's not really a way to fix it other than, say, moving him to first, which then displaces Rosrio. So the question becomes, do we want 140 amazing games from an amazing player, or do we want to move him out of position to get him more playing time? There is an unconventional strategy here, which is playing him in left field, but to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think that makes very much sense. I think we're better off having a really great team for most of the season and then just having maybe an upgraded backup catcher. Now, Brinkley is at least reasonably competent offensively, or at least he could be. And so him playing, 20 games a season isn't going to hurt us as much. Or even 30 game season or whatever. We've got a lot more depth. Oh, a very under the radar signing that I think could really have big dividends is bringing back old friend Chad Moore. Having Moore as a backup center fielder / base runner / hitter off the bench is a really big coup for our depth. And I'm really happy about that. I'm less happy about Josh Neal, but at least the guy's a really good shortstop. And then we've got Mike Sheehan, cover band, Vinny Rodriguez. And then Chris D'Andrea, my new Dalen Newstrom, and a guy that hits real well but doesn't have a position. But he's still very helpful, and it helps me rest Ramon Ramirez. Decisions to make over the season is I still have way too many outfielders. Like a stupid amount of outfielders, right? I don't need this many. If we can acquire ourselves a quality starter or two, that might be a worthwhile decision. Speaking of... Yeah, I really have 3 outfielders that all have basically the exact same skill set. I don't need all 3 of them. Like, Dan Aldridge has raw power for days. Is he better than Ramon Ramirez? I honestly don't know. But he might be. Yeah, this is what happens when... Also, David Gonzalez is a pretty fair first baseman, so we've got that option. The main upshot is going to be I am not paying Ramon Ramirez an arbitration. Not unless he really puts together an incredible season this year. Mostly by improving his ability to hit for contact, which is the one skill in common that none of the 3 can handle. So the one thing worth considering is trading for an ace, because we still don't have one. We definitely have a lot more depth at starting pitcher, but we don't have a ton of elite level play at starting pitcher. And that is unfortunate. I mean, Ben Swee has been great. Nate Brooks has been really, really good. And we don't have bad pitchers, but we don't have that big game ace you can hang your hat on when you really need a big win. So let's talk trade block. That rhymed, and that was not my intention, but I'm gonna take the W. Why would you be getting rid of him? Can you? Oh, maybe you just can't afford him, which is fair. But I mean, I'm definitely gonna keep Salix Brown over him, but that's pretty bonkers. Yeah, I don't want him. Yeah, that's right. I checked at the end of last episode. The one I'm even somewhat intrigued with is Cameron Buchanan. Because he's got good stamina. He doesn't have great movement, but the rest of his profile is quite nice. But again, he's wrecked. And I'd have him for 2 years, and to be quite honest, I don't know that I want him for 2 years. I think we're going to wait. Or failing that, I mean, I guess I could just look for... Also, by the way, thank you again for reminding me this is where you can find someone that's a hometown player. I want a starting pitcher. And I want an overall of at least 70 with the potential of at least 70. Those are my only criteria. Search all leagues just for fun. So these are the top tier pitchers. I mean, I can't have you, but that makes me sad because I would really like to have you. So these are the cream of the crop, the best. Holy shit, Philadelphia. Why are you being such fucking hogs? No wonder Philly's been so good for so long. Look at this shit. They basically have 5 aces. Why have you not been very good, Mr. Briseño? I'm like, yeah, you're a very good pitcher, but you've actually been fairly mediocre for most of your career. That's interesting to me. Definitely not worth $23 million. Yeah, there's plenty of excellent pitchers. The reason I'm targeting the Phillies, by the way, is they've got so many that they're more likely to give me someone. Jeff Burnside. I think he's the actual one that I'd like to get. I think he's the best overall pitcher, but I also think he's going to be the hardest one to acquire, but let's try it. I don't think throwing prospects at this player is going to work. I'm going to have to give it something important. What if I gave you David Gonzalez? Yeah. And that's going to be the real issue, right? It's going to be nearly impossible to get most teams to give up an ace unless... Do I go for Sam Riddle? I know I could have had him in free agency. But there's a couple things working in my favor here. First of all, it's pretty likely that the Giants will be willing to give him up. That's actually probably the most important thing. Second, his contract isn't that bad, and it is front-loaded. Thirdly, however, he is on the wrong side of 30, and he's not a great value to maybe necessarily stick those 3 years. Yeah. Damn. Now all of a sudden it becomes crystal clear why fucking Philly has won like 7 World Series in the past 10 years. I'm exaggerating, but I don't remember when it was actually won. Yeah, the thing is, no one's going to give these players up. And that's the big issue. No one's going to give them up. Like, holy shit, Juan Fuentes. I would do backflips if I could get him, but it's not going to happen. Can I get Tim Graybert, maybe? Oh, really? What a dick. Okay. Alright. So we're just going to have to hope we can get some marginal improvements and that our team is just good enough to keep going. Do you have anybody I'd like to try to get an extension for? I don't think so. I think I'm good for right now because I already know that the big 3 won't sign. Because I checked at the end of last episode, if you recall, and it's just not worth it to me to waste precious time trying to figure that out. Yeah, not so much next year, but the year after, it could get a bit scary. You'll notice our payroll's expected to increase by well over 50%. That's not going to go super well. Well, we have a new, much kinder and gentler owner who's actually wanting to give us money every now and again, which is pretty cool. Anyway, let us go ahead, my dear friends, and begin playing some baseball games, shall we? Ooh, 5 hits by Gunnels. Very nice. Both these guys cleared. I'm not sure why Arneson. Oh, because Arneson was a Rule 5 pick. God damn it, Brunmeyer. Really? Oh, he's only out for 4 days. Okay. How is everybody tired? How is it possible that literally every pitcher on my roster is tired? Was there like one of those crazy ass like 16 inning games or some shit? I'm like, holy hell, dudes. I'm like, yeah, okay, 111 inning game is whatever, but... Oh, we literally had 2 extra inning games in a 3-day period. Shit, dudes. Okay. Oh, it said beer for a minute there. I was like, damn, that's an interesting name for a baseball team, but no, it says bees. Unfortunate. Yeah, I guess I can't get too mad about all my pitchers being tired when you have 2 extra inning games and that quick a period. The fucking National League is loaded this year. That's pretty crazy. Some players are getting a tiny bit better, some getting a tiny bit worse. Josh Neal gets better. Josh Hawk took a quantum leap forward in shortstop defense. That's good to see. Cool. Why would I care about... Oh, J.J. Matos. They've converted you into a reliever, and you're not a very good one. Man, that was such a bad contract. That's like the worst possible contract. What on earth possessed you to give him that much money? Yeah. Yikes. Oh, are you gonna miss? You're gonna miss a couple weeks. That's fine. I think an entire lineup hitting over 300 is what I'd call pretty good. I feel pretty confident in that statement. Brunmeyer is struggling a bit, but he's only had 7 appearances. I can't... Like, it's critical not to overact the first month of the season, because the truth is we don't know anything about anybody. And if I had to guess, I would not bet very heavily on the entire team hitting 300 the entire season, but that'd be cool if they did. Okay. I don't really see any big changes I'd like to make yet. Let's just keep going. Let's baseball some more. I gotta admit, the Austin Inferno is a pretty fucking amazing name. Alright, so our first major injury is losing John DeFranco. I think Josh Pike probably is the guy who gets promoted. Or we promote Buckwalter. Buckwalter gave me 100 innings last year that weren't very good. At least Josh Pike might have a bit more to offer than that. So we're going to go with Pike. And then we shall proceed from there. Damn, Gunnels! A few weeks after you hit 5 hits, you get 3 homers? Like, I don't know what's got into you this season, but more, please. Lots more. Give me all of this the whole season, and you'll be my best friend. That's not true. Wife is my best friend, but you can be my second best friend. You can be my second best. Like, he's getting close to some pretty important counting numbers this season. Like, I don't think he gets 2,000 hits this year, but I think he might get there next year. And he's definitely going to get 400 doubles and probably 300 homers this year, and maybe even 1,000 ribbies. He's getting to the point where he'll get some consideration for the Hall of Fame. I don't think he's a shoo-in by any means. I think I'd like to see him put together another solid 2 to 3 seasons, but I think he's getting there. All right. Another injury to a starting pitcher is not ideal. Who is the next man up? Is it Alvarado or is it Buckwalter? Now, the thing is, Alvarado is putting on velocity and just drastically improved his control. Yeah, I think we have to do it. I think it has to be Alvarado. I trust him a bit more than I trust Buckwalter. Although Buckwalter is admittedly having a pretty solid season, I just don't want him necessarily starting unless I'm confident that I don't have many better options. Jake Whitlock is really struggling to start the season. It's not clear why, except he just maybe isn't that good. But we'll see what happens as the season continues, but that may be an area we need to upgrade at. Okay. Gee, are we hitting like every fucking conceivable extra inning game? Like, what the hell is the deal? Josh, I think you're a little bit more polished, so I'm going to call you up to be a new middle reliever. Like, okay, Jake Whitlock is very clearly part of the issue, and that he's barely managing 4 innings a start. Pikes is doing 6 a start. Vite is just over 5 a start. Now, are you hitting your pitch cap or are you pitching badly? If I check out your game log here, we've got to do something. We're pulling these starters way too early. And yeah, okay, fine. If you want to say pull him out of that May 18th game, that's fine. Why did you pull him out of the May 7th game? That doesn't make any sense to me. 5 innings of 1-run baseball is definitely time to bring in, to keep him in, right? And he wasn't anywhere near his pitch count. Jake Whitlock just sucks. He's getting hammered real bad, and we're probably going to move on from him quite quickly. Which, ironically, I actually have him for a second year, but that's not going to happen. He's real not good. Brooks has given us 6 innings to start, so that's good. Alvarado is at... Yeah, it seems like Vite is the weird one. They're pulling him really early for reasons that don't make sense to me. I'm going to go ahead and slow his hook a bit. Oh, that's right, yeah. Because I pick override, it sets it absolute. I just want you to leave him in a little longer than you leave in the other starters. Especially because Vite has really good stamina. Like, better than most of the starters on this team. I definitely want him pitching a few more innings here and there. I think that'll help the team succeed a little bit more. Do I have a dedicated long man? Or are they all... Okay. The last thing... Okay, Garrett Price is kind of pooping the bed a bit, but he's not that bad. I need a second long man. And of the pitchers on this current roster... Really, Burton or Keister could handle it. I think Burton needs to be in a bit more. So I'm going to make Keaton long relief, middle relief. Oh, Garrett Price just sucks. I thought he was a lefty for some reason. Chris Logan's actually doing great. No, Garrett Price is not having a great season. But there's still time yet. He just seems like he's really walking people a lot, which is not normally his MO. I think he'll settle down, but that is another thing to be somewhat concerned about. But anyway. Buchanan is such a great fucking name. It's brilliant, right? Like TJ Buchanan. Ugh. My friend, you've got a future in pornography if baseball doesn't work out for you. Alright. Pike got a little bit better in a few ways. Whitlock got worse. Price is a bit better. Oh, we already knew this. That's right, we already knew that. Oh, Vila's power is getting better, which is great. It's like his only flaw. He's even getting better at defense, which is pretty sweet. Poor Guo Fengtian. Although, to be honest, he's not far from being called up as an emergency starter. Man, Bobby Sobolewski is one of the draft picks I really felt strongly about, and he just has not worked out. I wonder if I could trade him for an interesting prospect or two. I mean, I'm glad you're getting faster, David, but that's not really what I'm looking for in a player of your caliber. Where is... Because someone's going to give him a shot as a starter. I think I would be remiss to not at least kick the tires on moving him for a prospect. Really, nobody wants him. Okay. That makes me sad. Yeah, I'm not going to count on it, though. All right. Everyone is no longer hitting 300. Actually, the entire team has really cooled off quite a bit, except for Garrett Gunnels, of course. But they're also hitting really, really well, which is excellent news. Like, Victor Rivera is not hitting that great, but the rest of his skills are still pretty solid. And his doubles power could be better, but on the whole, I'm happy with this. I don't need greatness from Rivera to have a solid season. Man, Ricky Peral really struggles with consistency. Which is, I mean, I'm sure he'll do fine. I think we just need to give him some time to get acclimated again, but for every excellent season we've gotten out of him, we've also gotten really bad seasons. And I'm certainly not going to sign a player that's this up and down to a giant contract in a couple of years. So we're going to have to see how you progress as a second baseman. Rosario's going to be fine. He's never slugged under 500. I think we just need some more playing time. Even Avila's like a tiny skosh down, but it's not by a huge amount. And it looks like mostly he's not hitting as many doubles because they might be turning into homers, who knows. But main Salix up top is doing good. You like to see it. Alright, friendos. Let us... Also, John Mitchell has turned into quite a nifty little player for us. He's playing pretty okay shortstop. He's hitting for a decent average. And he's even hitting the odd double now and then. Good stuff. As soon as DeFranco is healthy, Whitlock is gone. I am not keeping Whitlock for a second longer. He sucks. He's just not getting any better. He's changed from, I like giving up homers, to, oh god, let me give up homers. And he's not pitching very long. He is the suck right now. Bullpen... I mean, I've got Greg Fleischman toiling away in the minors, right? I kind of feel like the more Garrett Price struggles, the more I want to call up. Yeah, I'm going to call Fleischman. Yeah, I don't know why I was even hesitating there. I've got a tough decision next offseason, namely what to do with Ramon Ramirez, Dan Aldridge, and David Gonzalez. I'm not going to keep all three of them, that's for sure. I'm actually going to trade Garrett Price. I'm not going to keep him just because he's so terrible against left-handed pitching that even if he has an excellent career from here, I don't think he's going to be a good fit. And especially if I can get an even better prospect, I just think it makes sense to swap him out. Let us take a look at... Okay, I really like Dane Spellman, actually. I actually really quite like him. Wonder if I could get Christie and Spellman. That'd be cool. Can I get both? I will submit the offer, and then we can see how he decides. Accepted. That's perfect. I will happily take one relief prospect and get 2 relief prospects. That's just kind of a no-brainer, right? At the trade deadline, I'm going to make a commitment. I'm going to pick one of these 3 left fielders and trade one of them. I don't know which one it's going to be yet, but I'm definitely going to trade one of them. It's probably going to be Gonzalez, in all honesty. But let us go ahead and proceed with the baseball. Okay. Jake Whitlock, you're done. I will take literally anything for you. Joe Gulias certainly seems like a good choice. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about looking for a catcher. I mean, he's no Dave David, obviously. But he's very nifty. He's a decent all-around hitter and a decent catcher. I think I want him. I think I want David Flores in my life. How about Danny Tapia? Like, I know you're going to just tell me to get fucked, but it's worth at least asking, right? Yeah. Look, I had to try, right? I had to try. I'll trade for Andy Oltman if he's available. Like, I know he's definitely flawed, but meh. I think this trade is fine. How long is Mitchell out? Oh, we don't know yet. That's not ideal, but okay. I'm not going to carry 3 catchers, obviously. Unless Brinkley is, like, shitting the bed. Oh, God, he is shitting the bed, isn't he? Yeah, Flores, you're my new backup catcher. And then we're going to activate DeFranco, and he is going to be starter. Whitlock very clearly had nothing left. I couldn't keep him for any longer without causing serious problems down the line. And there we go. All right, let us proceed forward. And we lost John Mitchell for the entire season, which is not great for him, or us, really. But it means I can probably extend him for super cheap, so I'm going to take the advantage to do that right now, because I think he does still have something to offer us. But we do need a new shortstop now. And Josh Neal is obviously the best defender, but he equally obviously isn't going to be able to hit that well. Maybe it's time to trade David Gonzalez now and try to get a shortstop. Like, I mean, there's always the option of playing Vinny Rodriguez more, but he's not an amazing offensive piece to the puzzle, is he? Yeah, I think this is the time to trade from our depth and try to acquire a shortstop. So David Gonzalez, thank you for your service, but I'll also look at veterans. I just need the best shortstop I can get. I'm getting a lot of offers here. Jose Macias, great shortstop, bad hitter. I've already got one of those, thanks. No. 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 I do like Perdomo. That's my boy, but no. No. You're eating part of this contract if I trade for him. Like that's non-negotiable. You're eating part of that contract if I give you a player of Gonzalez's. I'm gonna keep looking, but so far that looks like the guy for us. Omar Keys is a good hitter, but not a very good shortstop. TJ Soto. I think you're my guy. I know his arm isn't great, but the rest of his skill set is very desirable, and I think he'd be a good choice. Then again, I could also get Steve Bartlett. He's arguably even better. I'm still going to keep looking, though. John Demers. No. Alright. So here's $1 million question. Ooh, Tony Gonzalez. You're quite good as well. But I think I'd rather take one of the two Phillies. Either Bartlett or Soto. So let's talk about the differences, right? Soto is the better defender and the better hitter, but doesn't have a great arm. And that could be a problem at shortstop. Steve Bartlett doesn't have elite range, but is otherwise a younger player who's playing for the minimum. And he's a little bit better, but he's not as good a hitter. So the question is, what do I value more? A great defender with a questionable arm, who's a better hitter, or do I want the better defender, who's still a capable hitter, but doesn't have quite the same upside? The big difference for me here also is that Bartlett is also incredible at the other two positions, so I can always slide him in to, say, playing third or even second if I needed to, which makes him much more versatile. Whereas Soto is really not going to be great at any position other than second because of his weak arm. Yeah, I'm going to take Bartlett. I'm going to try to get more prospects, though, if I can. You're not giving me Eric Gilbert, but it's worth at least asking. No. Yeah, you don't really have any very good prospects. I mean, I could get super greedy, right? I could take both of them. I could get both Soto and Bartlett. Soto takes over at shortstop while Bartlett is my super utility guy. Can I get you to give me a draft pick? Okay. I can offer you Orlando Vasquez, and you'll give me a first-round draft pick as well? That's interesting. Is there a Major League player that you have that I'd actually prefer? I guess I haven't even considered that. I mean, okay, obviously I want Mike Klein, and equally obviously you're not going to give him to me, but it's worth asking. Right? No. Okay. But then again, if we get Soto and Bartlett, I can offer them Victor Rivera, and that makes us better at both positions, because Bartlett can play third. Yeah, Bartlett can play third, Soto can play short, and then we can reevaluate from there. Let's do it. I did see that DeFranco wants to come back. We'll talk. All right. So it's going to be Soto at short, and it's going to be Bartlett at third. Soto and Bartlett. I like it. I think that's a pretty decent upgrade to two important slots. And it's not like I will very pointedly state that trading David Gonzalez does make me sad. But I just don't have a role for him on this team, and I happen to have a great deal of extra players. Victor Rivera, I feel really guilty about because I never really gave him an opportunity to just play the whole season. And I do expect like good things out of him. I don't think he'll ever make an all-star team, but I do think that that's going to be very interesting to see how he develops over his career. Okay, problem dealt with. Let us then very quickly. Let's make sure that our DH spots are set. My bench coach can set that up however he wants. I don't really care. There we go. Oh, I just said lineup, and I didn't say depth chart and lineup. You're really going to play Gunnels at third just so you can play Peral, Moore, and Ramirez? Like, okay, I'm not going to cry about that, but that's a very strange decision in my opinion, but whatever. It's like it's going to happen all that frequently, so. Butch Mangum. I'm just going to go ahead and rehab you, and then we'll see if I have to replace another reliever or something down the line. How much does DeFranco want to come back? He's actually willing to take a pay cut. You love to see it. But we'll see what happens in terms of whether I actually end up doing that or not. Let's go up to the All-Star break. Okay, hey, Butch. Your rehab is done. And I am going to make you long relief, by the way. Yeah, look at how Vite is now pitching much closer to 6 innings to start. I think that slight alteration to my strategy is really helping out. Alvarado is pitching very well. He's not striking many people out, but that's not really his game either. So if this is what he gives me the rest of the way, I will happily take that. Even if he's not really a true ace, of course. And I definitely want Swee back, but... Pike is doing okay. He's only doing 5 innings to start, but he's also getting hammered. So, you know, I'm not that bothered by him not... Like, I don't feel like the need to stretch him out the way that we were stretching out Vite. This is a weird start. Did you get hurt? Yeah, he did. He had a sore thumb. Okay, that's fine. Alright. Mitchell's coming back. I mean, I don't need him as much now, but now I have a much, much deeper middle infield. No, watch, David Gonzalez is getting like 27 home runs the rest of the season, isn't he? That's probably what's going to happen, I bet. A trade proposal, you say? No. Friends, I don't know what the hell has gotten into Garrett Gunnels this season, but I am absolutely here for it. I'm absolutely here for this. For Garrett Gunnels deciding he's 26 and not 36. Because damn, son. Oh, he didn't get the cool... Oh, you know what? No one cares about 1,000 walks, do they? No, they don't. Let's check the milestone watch. That is under league history. You have to do within 200 hits, so Garrett Gunnels isn't really there. Not yet, anyway. Here's Garrett Gunnels, close to 300 homers. Thousand RBI. I've actually already passed 1,000 walks, so here we go. Man, though, how much worse does my Noah Smith pick look, knowing that Jordan fucking Lawler is going to be a Hall of Famer? Man, I think of all the picks I've made with the Pirates, that's the pick I'm most fucked up on, in my opinion. Like, Noah Smith was good, right? Noah Smith was very good. But Jordan Lawler is a Hall of Famer. And he could have been mine, and he wasn't. And that does make me sad. How is Noah Smith doing these days, I wonder? Oh, he retired. Man. He gave us some good years. I don't regret having him on the roster. I regret picking him over someone who is a bit more explosive. Oh well. You can't win them all, right? And I still might have my Hall of Famer. I still might have one in Garrett Gunnels. Pretty easy. Suspend him. You're a backup catcher, dude. Shut the fuck up and do your job. That is my response to your whining. Like, I'm hoping this actually has, like, a positive effect, right? But even if it doesn't, he's just a backup catcher. How is Chris? Oh, Chris is killing it, my dudes. He is absolutely killing it. Good work, my guy. Now, of course, this catcher resulted in Avila getting hurt, but it's right before the All-Star break, so I think the timing is good. Oh, nice. Avila got All-Star MVP, as he should. As he should. So, who made it from the pit? Nate Brooks made it. J.R. Myers made it. Avila made it. Gunnels made it. That's it. Okay. I am fine with that. Andy Dyer? Weren't you a former Pirate? No, I guess not. Okay. I must be thinking it was somebody else. But yeah. Ooh, who from the prospect roster is from Pittsburgh? Bobby Herrera. And Bobby Herrera. Oh, and Eric Corrigan. Okay. There's also a good chance to take a super quick check of our minors and see if there's anybody that needs to be promoted or what have you. Chris Merrill. You're handling yourself nicely. I think you can be promoted to Double A. And then I need to look at all the minor leagues so I can take a look at Pozo, because otherwise Pozo isn't listed there. Yeah, Pozo, my dude, I'm going to send you to A-ball. You're a little bit too good for rookie ball, and I want you to get much more regular reps so we can see if you can unlock your full potential. Okay. That's all I wanted to do. Let's take a quick look at the team. Ricky? Wait, why are you playing in left field? You're not. You're in center field. You're a center fielder. Stop claiming to be a left fielder just because the game randomly puts you in left field. Peralt, I don't know what's gotten into you this season, but you're making it really hard for me to keep you in the lineup. Especially when I have Chad Moore. Although, granted, Chad Moore is also playing like absolute dog shit, but this can't keep happening, dude. I don't know what your problem is, but it needs to stop. You're an excellent center fielder. I have no problems with your defense, but you cannot hit 227. You can't. I'm not going to bench you because Moore is even worse, but I'm definitely going to drop you in the lineup. You're batting 8th for the rest of the season. And hopefully, kicking you out of a higher pressure spot will get you to heat up a bit. But I mean, Your BABIP's not that bad. You're just hitting like garbage. I mean, at least you're drawing more walks, which is nice, and you cut your strikeout rate. But you're not making contact, and that is obviously a deeply, deeply disconcerting thing to see from you. And you're wanting to make like $12 million next year? Dude, I don't think so. I don't freaking think so. 4 weeks for Rosro. Gee, I wish I saw David Gonzalez right now. Okay. Gross. I am going to trade Nate Wilcox and try to get a first baseman. Just to back up. What a name. Done. Demiliano Van Zigel is fucking phenomenal. I love him. Welcome to the Pirates. You're my new starting first baseman until Rosario's back, of course. I could also play DeAndrea at first, but you know, actually that does make more sense. Let's actually let DeAndrea play first against righties. And you can back up. And then here I will play Mr. Van... No, because Mr. Van Zigel doesn't like hitting against lefties. So we'll move you to first. And we'll just let Ramon Ramirez play against lefties for the 4 weeks, I think. Okay. Let us proceed. Player development. Vitae got a tiny bit better. Pike got a lot better at striking people out. So that's cool. Seen a lot of red minuses, though. And John DeFranco is losing velocity. He will not be returning to the Pittsburgh Pirates, regardless of what is offered. Rosro declined a bit. Rodriguez declined a bit. Bartlett got better. Neal got better. Mitchell got better. Ramirez got a skosh worse. Man, Gunnels is aging on a really gentle curve, which is really helping us out right now. I don't care if you're using the roids. I will buy you more roids if that's what it takes. Hey, Alvarado got Rookie of the Month. Very nice. He has really turned out to be an excellent pitcher. And the only thing that's stopping him from getting more credit is the fact he hasn't pitched many innings yet. But he's actually turned out to be a nifty little pitcher. And I'm really happy about that. Good work. Injured are running the bases? Well, that's your problem right there. Don't run the bases. I'm kidding. Obviously, I want him to run the bases all the time, but... Let's look at some international amateurs. Hello, Victor Ortiz. Look, man, I'm having a hard time picking between Julio Crespo. I don't really need another Avila, though. I could use a new center field prospect, though. Yeah, let's offer him a max contract. I think he could be a really good one. He's a really good overall hitter, amazing speed, and very athletic. So I think he'll be a good one. I like how every freaking year they're like, steal more bases, and I just keep saying no, and they're like, okay. Alright. Let's talk personnel. Scouting director, done. Easy choice. You've done a great job, and I'm not going to hesitate in bringing you back. Kevin Dixon is a really good third base coach, bringing him back too. Okay, let's re-sign all the minor leaguers. And 6 would not do it yet. Done. Yeah, I like having my lifers in the minors because they're just like, yeah, I don't want to leave. Like, alright. I'm not going to make you leave unless you suck. Romero is good. I don't need megastar coaches in the rookie level, so. The only person whose contract is still up is me, and I feel pretty confident that I'm going to get a new contract, although maybe I shouldn't get cocky. They just be like, no, fuck you, dude, you're gone. And I'd be very sad. Yeah, well, that's because you're a dick. I quite like the idea of you, actually. Yeah, let's do it. I actually really like him. A bit more than some of these others. A nice big power hitting third baseman, that always appeals to me. Yeah, well, that's because you're a piece of crap. I guess we'll offer on Jose Gama. Like, I get... Ooh, Alex Perez has really good gap power. Okay, that actually pushes it over the top for me. No? Alright, you know what? I don't have anything better to spend my $5 million on. Come be a pirate. Yeah, I can't endorse it either. I'm happy to let DeAndrea play first until Rosario is healthy. God damn it, really? I can't get any of these international amateurs that all rather sign with another team. Like, the thing is, there's nobody else that's worthwhile here. That's not true. Matthew Barnett isn't a bad choice. He's not great, but he's not terrible either. Ooh. Huh. I did not expect this offer. Mendez does have issues with his control, but he's not allowed more than 3 walks. Like, he's allowed maybe around 4 walks per 9 innings. He still strikes out 200 people a year. He's a really good pitcher with pretty good stamina. What are you asking for? You are asking for Chris Merrill. This is not a small ask. David Solomon is whatever. I don't care about him. But we keep saying how I need an ace, right? And Juan Mendez could be that ace. You have to give something up to get something. And as much as I do like Chris Merrill, his upside is basically okay shortstop. Yeah, I'm gonna do this without hesitation. That's a big, easy decision for me. This then lets me choose who to send down for more reps. Franco's at 1 WAR. Pike is at 1.3. Is it Alvarado? I think it's Alvarado. I think we send him back to the minors and let what's-his-face take over for right now. And let me be totally clear. It's nothing that you did wrong, my dude. This is just the opportunity to get a top-flight starting pitcher. You have to take it, right? You have to. It is not up for debate. Barnett, here's your fucking $5 million. What are you talking about? I cannot give you a game. Are you okay? Like, don't give me $5 million. I want $5 million. Don't give me $5 million. That okay. I don't know what happened there, but I guess no international free agents for me, which is fine. So that happened. Mr. Bin, when are you coming back? You still got quite a few days left to recover. Okay. All right, let's get drafting, shall we? So I could get an all-world reliever. I mean, for a pick at the back end of the first round, I can't think of too many players that would be more helpful. So yeah, we're just going to grab Mike Roberts. I'm not going to overthink this. He's a fantastic reliever and might even be ready for the majors right now. Elvis Rome, I think we're going to draft. Ooh. Oh, he's even from Pittsburgh, though. How much money do I have? I have 18 million. That's probably enough to sign him. Let's do it. I'm hoping that he'll mostly agree to sign because we're here, but... So Jim Cox is a really, really good defender who's really smart and a hard worker. He's not a great hitter. But you can always use depth guys like Mr. Cox here. Then again, there's Tim Olsen. Now, I don't think Tim Olsen is actually a third baseman. I think he's a first baseman. But he's also a really great hitter. And he's from the area. You know what? We're gonna draft Tim Olsen and hope that Jim Cox maybe falls to the third round. Or fourth round, rather. He didn't. That's a shame, but okay. Jameer Bethka is great for everything but range. But range is actually kind of important for anything other than third. Jesus Moya? Are you a living starship? I don't think so. But you are a really intriguing pitcher who is 6'5" but only throws 90. That's gonna go up. I think I'm gonna draft him. I think that's gonna be an interesting pick. The former quarterback for the Bills has reinvented himself as a baseball player. I'm in. And also aged in reverse, but, you know, that's fine. Man, there's so... Okay. This is just the game trolling me with, like, take all the former Bills and current Bills quarterbacks. I'm not even a fan of the Bills, but it's hilarious. Like, if you told someone who only knew football, I just drafted Jim Kelly and Josh Allen back-to-back, they'd be like, damn, son. But, yeah, neither one of them is the football player. Ruben St. John, oof. Bad arm. Michael O'Quinn. Nope. Any secret players that are amazing? Okay, Ron Baggett is pretty special as a hitter, even if he's not a great defender. I will always take a great bat if I can get it. That's just how I roll. And let's go ahead and grab Steve Hopkins as well. Eric Mcguckin is actually a reasonably good hitter. He's at least interesting. I'm going to let him stick as a pitcher, though. I do want to see if he can develop any pitching abilities. But if he can't, then at the very least I've got a pretty okay hitter. And I'll take Ibert here, too. Why not? I guess Franklin Sandoval, too. I feel like there's a lot of pitchers that are misclassed as pitchers in this draft. And I'll take Joel Pelletier, too. And done. That's 12 rounds of a 30-round draft. I think that's enough to figure out who we do or don't want. Negotiate. Roberts, I'm instantly shortlisting you, and you may be in the majors before the year is out. You're that good. Mr. Rome. How much money do you think you are worth? You think you are worth more than 3.2 million? I'll give you 5 million. Like, I didn't get to sign an international free agent this year, right? So there's no reason not to offer you the big money. It's basically the equivalent of me signing one of those prospects, except for the fact that he's going to the minors much sooner and therefore might be ready sooner. I haven't looked at the prospect pipeline in a while. How am I doing? Manny Pozo is number 10, and they think he'll be ready in 2 years. That's pretty spicy. Oh, let's look at minor league systems. Where am I ranked? 8th. That's pretty reasonable, actually. Looking just at the Pirates. Bobby Herrera's even farther away. Alvarado and Aldridge are ready now. We've got a lot of relievers. I think that's one of our biggest issues, is that most of our top prospects are all relief pitchers. Or outfielders, I guess. There's plenty of those, too. Oh, Vasquez is a starting pitcher. I didn't realize that. As is White. Okay, so we actually do, or Wild. We do actually have a couple of decent to okay starting pitching prospects. They're just much deeper in our farm system. Okay. Well, friends, I say we sum up to the trading deadline. We won 13. Very nice. Elvis Rome signed. I had a feeling he would. Not Gomez. Ooh, the Yankees are offering me a trade. Oh, you're not a starter, dude. You're a reliever, so that's a big fat no. Although people are interested in Mike Brinkley, I will absolutely trade him. I'm more than happy with Flores being my backup for the time being. Rosrio still needs some time to recover. Like, Diego Cordero is whatever. I don't actually want him. Labrada is very, very flawed. I will trade Mike Brinkley, but I'm not going to trade for table scraps. Jordan Walker? I remember you. No. But I like how many people are asking about Brinkley. It means the trade market for him should be quite interesting. No, you're not very good. Yeah, no you don't, game. Don't you dare say that about my boy, my beautiful boy. Yeah, Alex Pena's not very good either. Will Garcia. Oh, Gracia. Man. Remember when we had him and he was like fucking dominant and people just kept not wanting to sign him, but we just kept re-signing him for like pennies on the dollar? That was great. Yeah, Tony Burritos is not very good. He's basically Zion Rose all over again. What is it about this team? I could literally just claim him on waivers and give you nothing for him. That's hilarious. What is it about my team that says, give me your poor, your tired, your awful relievers yearning to have relevancy? Yeah, I don't want Israel Perez. I mean, he's like mildly intriguing, which is the first time I can say that about any of these players, but not for $2 million. He's not. All right, so trade piece number 1. We're trading Brinkley. Too many people asked about him to keep him, especially when I could get a good prospect for him. That's a no-brainer. And now nobody wants him because they're jerks. That's annoying, but okay. I think people are offering regulars for him, which is fair. I will trade Poindexter, though. I think he's the kind of player that might get me a decent return. Like, maybe an interesting prospect or two. Yeah, I'll take Jody Coomer here. That seems like a solid choice. Now, the real question is, we're going to get Swee back in a week. Do we trade John DeFranco? And just let Buckwalter make a couple of starts while we wait for Swee to recover? Because let's be real here. If I have my choice, there is no way in hell that I'm pitching DeFranco. He's already aging. He did okay for us, but he's not exceptional. Let's kick the tires on trading him at a bare minimum. And let's see what kind of offers might be made. Okay. I will eat his salary for the rest of the season if you give me a good enough player for him. Dusty Silverling could be a starter. So I think I'm going to take him and see if we can't make him a better dude. You're not getting much in the way of interesting prospects. Omar Ramos actually could be potentially really, really good. But I'm not giving you one of my better prospects for him. I don't think Ramos is that good. How about Juvenile Vassallo? Let me start reducing. Oh, really? You'll do it if I just throw in another player. You'll eat his whole contract. You can have Huey. He sucks. And there you go. Apparently, John DeFranco was a huge jerk, so maybe that'll help us out. We're going to call Alvarado back up, but we're going to go ahead and let Buckwalter take the rotation spot just because he's consistently been quite good this season, and I think he's earned it. And then emergency starter, long relief for you. Good. Oh, you know what? I want to instantly look at Mike Roberts, and I want to control his destiny. And we will have him on a very, very short leash in terms of how long we keep him in the minors. Like, he may well make the Major League roster. I'm just saying. Is there another player we'd like to trade? I mean, I'd like to trade Brinkley, but no one wants him apparently. Chad Moore is grumpy and doesn't want to come back. I super can't afford Mendez. Important question. Okay, I can offer him compensation. That would be delightful. Oh, damn, I didn't realize how much TJ Soto would want in arbitration costs. That's a lot, actually. No to Avila. What? That is the weirdest fucking deal I've ever seen. No. What incentive could I possibly have to offer that? Wow. That is so bizarre that I'm a little annoyed, actually, that you would make that weird of an offer. I'll give you a 2-year deal. You just have to give me $20 million in the second year. It's like, that's not even a savings. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. I actually meant to click on Parole, but I hit Ramirez by accident. I don't think so. But that's very interesting that he's actually willing to sign a long-term deal. I don't know if I want Soto long-term. So where is Ricky Parole? Here we go. No. Okay. Most of any salary increase next year is just going to be going right to arbitration in most cases, to be honest with you. So that's whatever. Let's kick the tires on a Danny Lesbron trade. Somebody might want him. Yeah, alright. I'll take David Landeros. I am really concerned about how much money... Man. Ramirez has given us 3 really solid seasons, and 11 to 12 million isn't a big ask, given what he's contributed. I'm just not convinced I can sign that deal before I can sign a big deal with one of the big 3. Or I should say the big 2 and the little 3, because holy shit, Parole. Holy shit. I remember that. I remember that being in the news when Adam Dunn and Ryan Zimmer had Nat Anoles jerseys. That was fun. And Adam Dunn was a fun player. I always liked Adam Dunn. I always thought he was super cool. I am looking, my friends, and I'm not seeing anything that exceptional. But it's cool. Hey, good job, Brunmeyer. Ben Bennett? Wow. Why are you shortlisted? Did you used to play for me? Oh, sure enough you did. Yeah. Well, I don't really care about you anymore, so, yeah, sorry, mate. Ooh, that's extremely good news. Van Zigel, you're going back to the minors. Rosro gets called up. And I'm just going to put Rosro right the hell back in the lineup without a split second's hesitation. I'm going to leave Ramirez hitting cleanup, though. I think Rosro would actually be a really good number 5 hitter here. And then there's D'Andrea. And then Rosario. And D'Andrea. And D'Andrea then goes back and plays there. Cool story, bro. And then you can go ahead and regenerate these. I don't really mind, but you're definitely gonna play Rosario over just about anybody else, so that's fine. Okay. Avila's hitting 374. Wait, what? Does he not have... No, he's got to have enough at bat to qualify for batting title. Okay, first of all, Alex Lara is hitting 397, which is pretty cuckoo bananas, too, but... Damn. Damn. What a bounce back for him. I am super excited about that. Bartlett's not doing that great. It is what it is, though. I'm not that bothered by it. Sim 1 day, please. There's our friend. Back to the minors. Back in the rotation. I know Josh Pike doesn't look like the greatest of pitchers, but it seemed like he's just having some maybe pretty bad luck. I'm going to keep him in the rotation for now, but he could be a real nice addition to the roster. If we have a decent sized lead, by the way, once rosters expand, I might actually go to a 6-man rotation for the rest of the season, just to make sure that our starters are ready to go for playoff time. Have Alvarado or Buckwalter as our number 6 starter. Cool stuff. Good stuff. Andres Avila is the top hitter in the National League. There's David Gonzalez, already playing in the majors. He's not very good, but he is playing in the majors, which I kind of always knew he could. But then again, I was always kind of concerned about the chance of, why did I not get a super cool, like, milestone email about Garrett Gunnels? Because I'm pretty sure he's past 1,000 ribbies by now. He has. I think because he's not shortlisted, so I think the game just kind of skips over him. So I will shortlist him. I want to follow him, remember, anywhere he goes, right? He's the man. Alright, we are currently how far in first place? I have a 12-game lead. I think that's good enough to go ahead and switch to a 6-man rotation. Give Buckwalter some starts down the stretch here. And get Roman Alvarado. And we're also going to call up Eric Corrigan, because he's a little bit too good a pitcher to be in the minors any longer. So you're going to be a middle reliever, and you're going to be emergency starter, long relief. And that way we'll hopefully stretch out that way we won't have as much to worry about as far as our starting pitching is concerned. The Phillies are just cheating. That's one thing I can think of because they're just too bloody good. Are you fucking kidding me, game? I hate you. I hate you forever. I literally brought in Mendez to be a big game starting pitcher in the playoffs, and you go ahead and injure him. Game, just stop. Please. So now I have to pitch Alvarado. And then we'll do that. Man, I wonder if I can sucker you into signing a shorter deal. Oh, hell no. You still want to get paid, my dude. Man, that really bums me out. I had really, really hoped that Mendez would be like a big piece for us in the playoffs, and now it's not going to happen. And I'm very sad about that. Oh, well, I mean, we won the division again. So that's cool. Damn, Cole Young, 2,000 hits. I mean, I don't think you're even in the ballpark of being a Hall of Famer. I really don't. I don't think you have a snowball's chance in hell, but it is cool to see you get 2,000 hits. 3 homers for Ramon Ramirez is pretty sexy. Are we going to finish with 98 or 99 wins? 99. Excellent. Great news. Let's sim now until the playoffs begin, and we'll get the roster set up. Ugh. That really annoys me, by the way, that we lost that starting pitcher. I was really counting on him to be a big influence for us in the playoffs, and then it just didn't happen. Like, it's whatever. I can't do anything about it, but I'm still salty about it. A little bit. Oh, you know what? I would much rather have Eric Corrigan on the roster than Streeter. Oh no, I can't use him because he wasn't on the 40-man. That's right. That's right. I guess this is reasonable. I can't think of anyone else who's eligible that definitely deserves to make it over, say, the guys that are there right now. So we'll make it work. Oh, Vinny Rodriguez, you're going to be doing mega backup duties during the playoffs. Pitching-wise, we're going to go back to we're going to go to 4-man rotation, actually, for the playoffs, at least the first round anyway. And it's going to be Brooks, Sweet, Vitae, and Pike. Actually, Pike or Buckwalter or Alvarado. I like Pike's big strikeout ability, and I think that's going to be valuable here in the playoffs. Alvarado will be... Yeah, I guess we just have a lot of unnecessary relief. A lot of unnecessary pitchers, but... Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. I don't know. Let's go to the next playoff round then, shall we? Okay, looks like we start off against the Gigantes. And that's a win. A very close win, but a win nonetheless. And Brooks pitched well. Let's not sugarcoat that. Brooks pitched well. It's just we didn't hit as well as we maybe could have. Oh, of course he's hurt. Because the only way for this wet fart of a season to be any worse would be for him to get hurt during the playoffs. I'm going to go ahead and put him on the IL, but I'm not really going to have a lot of choices, I don't think. But it's whatever. We won the game, so I guess that's something. And easy peasy. We sweep our way into the NLCS this year. So that's cool. I definitely like that. And then I definitely need to add a new outfielder to my roster if I can. I may not be able to. Yeah, I don't really have an eligible outfielder. So I guess we just play a main short and make Chad Moore start in center. Like, it's not ideal, but I don't really have another option because I don't have another outfielder on the 40-man. What the hell? Oh, yeah. Do whatever you want. I don't care. There we go. All right, let's go up to the next playoff round, and let's hope the Phillies get bumped out. They didn't. All right, friends, Battle of Pennsylvania. I think we're utterly screwed, but also it's the playoffs and anything can happen. But also, I do think we're screwed. I don't think I like our chances very much. Who do I trust more in the playoffs here? Buckwalter. Buckwalter are going to be my 5th starter. You're going to be my 5th starter. All right, let's do it. Well, Philly absolutely obliterates Nate Brooks, which is very irritating. That's not nice of you. It's actually not even really Nate Brooks. I mean, yeah, he got chased super early. So that wasn't great. That's more like it. I like that. Damn it. Yeah, it's just... I fucking hate when this shit happens. Avila's doing great. Rosero is doing okay. Gunnels is kind of a non-factor, though. We need a big game, guys. Something big. Oh, David Gonzalez, you prick. Oh, we've tied it up. Nate Brooks gives us a big win. That's great to see. Victor Rivera also betrays us. Victor, it's treason then. I mean, obviously no, it's not really treason. I traded them, but come on, bin, put Philadelphia in the bin. Damn it. If you would have told me, Avi, your seasons have come down to Jonathan Buckwalter, of all people, pitching big in a Game 7, I would have believed you. But I would have been like, really? I'm going to hide. I'm going to click the button. I'm going to hide. Did we do it? We did not. Man. Like, I'm not that disappointed, right? Like, the Phillies were clearly the better team. Like, clearly. It's not even remotely close. They won 115 fucking games, which is one of the best win totals in Major League history. But Gunnels disappeared. That's not a great look. Chad Moore was pretty bad too. And Ramon Ramirez basically didn't matter at all. They shut down 3 of our more important players, and there's really nothing I can do about it. Like, Avila clearly wanted to go to the World Series, but I'm not convinced anybody else did. That's not true. Steve Bartlett had a great series, as did Rosrio. It's not that we played badly, it's just, again, we didn't have the big game starting pitcher. And because of that, the bullpen all had to work super overtime. Or just the Philadelphia Phillies are a fucking incredible team. That's also possible as well. Like, I'm not mad that we lost. I'm a little annoyed, but I'm not mad. Sometimes you just hit a buzzsaw, right? And the fact of the matter is, we played them tougher than anyone else has all season, when it really counted. The games we lost weren't that close, is the other big issue. Like, the one game we might have been able to win might have been Game 6. But again, they had a big starter and we didn't. And that's what cost us our season. And the Phillies fucking cheat anyway. I mean, having 5 aces is ridiculous, and I don't know how they're affording it, but apparently they are somehow. Man, that's a bummer. But the Phillies are going to be playing Columbus, which is pretty cool. And the Phillies swept them. The only team the entire postseason that put up a fucking fight against the Phillies was us. So I will chalk that up as a moral victory, even if it's not an actual victory, which is better than a moral victory. But I'm so glad that you're saying that I can be proud. But there's going to be some interesting decisions to make, I think. Who retired? My pitching coach did. Okay. You better be giving me $2.4 million a year. I'm the greatest. But let's review the team. How did we do? I mean, Andres Avila, for the third consecutive year, was worth over 7 wins, which is absolutely redonkulous, and I love everything about it. This is my guy. Garrett Gunnels, at the tender age of 36, put together one of his best seasons in a couple of seasons. It's really exciting to see him doing better, because that just makes everyone else better, too. Salix Brown basically did the same thing he did last season, but was a little bit better offensively, and that's really what we need. For a guy who is primarily a backup for most of the season, Chris Andrea was an incredible contributor, and I'm glad that we have him. Nick Rosrio did get hurt, but other than that was his usual very productive self. The power is disconcerting, though. And I'm hoping that next season we get a bit more pop out of him. Ramon Ramirez continues to do Ramon Ramirez things. Draw plenty of walks, hit lots of home runs, and strike out every 5 seconds. TJ Soto was a very nice addition to the roster, playing a pretty solid shortstop and also hitting quite well. Steve Bartlett could be better, but I'm okay with that. The only player who was actively bad was Chad Moore. We definitely need to get a new center fielder in the offseason somehow in case Peralta gets hurt again. Speaking of Peralta, although he did heat up a bit toward the end of the season, this is not a guy who deserves $20 million a year. $10 million? Yes. 20? Absolutely not. And so this is going to be a difficult conversation in a couple of seasons here. What to do about him. This is why we didn't get to the World Series, by the way. I didn't give up a lot for him, but I gave up enough. And not even getting to enjoy him in the playoffs is really annoying to me. But it's whatever. Pitching-wise, Nate Brooks did it again. And then the rest of the pitching staff varied from quite good to relatively mediocre. We don't have big game pitchers right now. We just don't. And until we do, I think we're going to continue to struggle. We did have a great bullpen. And Mike Brunmeyer, I'm glad to see him finally unlocking his full potential. And then we got great relieving seasons out of Fleischman and out of J.R. Myers. We really had a great overall pitching staff, but we didn't have great starting. We had good starting, but not great starting. Josh Pike, I think, has a future on him. I really do. I think his ability to strike people out and not give up too many home runs is an important ability that we're going to be taking advantage of for the next couple of seasons. Look, Ben was hurt most of the season. And Ben is quickly getting to the point where I'm starting to question why we still have him. He might get traded in the offseason if I can find a decent partner. He's just hurt too much. And when he is healthy, he's not that effective. So it is what it is. Alvarado had a pretty decent rookie year, even wasn't spectacular. And then a lot of people just didn't pitch enough to really have much of an impact. I think we try to move on from Sweet. And I think we'll probably get a buyer or two if we do. Let's talk about coaches. We do need a new pitching coach. It's good that we've got a legendary pitching coach waiting in AAA. Let's promote him. And it looks like chemistry is still great. Thane Clark, I think you can be promoted. Will Izquierdo finally take a promotion, or is he going to just... Nope. I guess it means Adam Polanski, you get promoted to AA pitching coach. And then I know the others won't take promotions either. I'm not going to waste my time. Jonathan Johnston, you can be promoted to high A if you'd like. Oh, really? Because he wants to basically do everything? You don't know what to do? I think it's hilarious that he can't get promoted, but it's just because of the interface. It's not because of anything he did. Yeah, and I guess no one wants to work for Greensboro either. That's fine. Oh, damn. A.J. Ford is an amazing pitching coach. I wonder if I can get him to be a pitching coach for Rookie League. Probably not, but we can at least try, right? I want someone with a decent reputation, but I really want someone who's great with mechanics so we can get them big jumps if we can. Jorge Castillo, I'd like to make you the offer to be the manager of the Greensboro Grasshoppers. So, let's talk about... I think we can actually go ahead and start doing some... Oh, damn it, he wasn't on my roster long enough. Fuck. I don't even get a draft pick out of him. That makes me sad. I'll offer you a minor league extension. Why not? Anyone who can earn 2 wins in the minor, 2+ wins above replacement in the minors is worth a second look. Alright. Orlando Vitae, you want $1 million. I will give you $1 million. Easy choice. Nate Brooks, you want $11 million. How about I give you $9 million? How about I give you 10.4? J.R. Myers, you've earned enough to get a bit of a raise. And don't forget, I can always cash out some of the money in player development if I need more money. Avila, I desperately want you to sign a long-term deal with me. How about 6 years? And we'll make the back end of this deal really lucrative for you. Would you consider this? Nope. Well, I tried. I tried. How's about 5 years, increasing by $2 million each year? Nope. Yeah, that's going to be my issue, is they're all going to want just to get their arbitration paydays. Yeah, alright, I'll pay Soto. So here's the thing. I kind of only want to buy out his arbitration years. And maybe like a year of free agency, maybe. Like, he's been worth 3 wins every season. So that's definitely worth what he's asking for. He's actually taking a pretty hefty pay cut. But I'm concerned that if I give him a bigger payday... Because let me put it to you this way. Ramirez is definitely the 4th musketeer here, between Rosario, Avila, and Peral. If I can only keep 3 of the 4, Ramirez is the man that's left out. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I actually do kind of like this deal, even if he is semi-limited. I'm going to give you a player opt-out after year 3. And this is deliberate. If he has an incredible... No, I don't want to give him an opt-out. That actually makes it worse for me, not better. But then there's David Aldridge, right? And that's my big deal with him. Let's just do the 3 years. No team options, just 3 flat years, and see if this works for you. Okay, that's fine. It buys out all of his arbitration years, and I don't have to worry about dealing with him. And it still leaves me with some flexibility in case I need it. And then I guess I'll drop this by $1 million, and we'll do arbitration there. Chad Moore was real bad. Like, real bad. So I don't think I'm going to bring him back. I'm not going to bring back Brinkley, and I can't bring back Mendez. I can't afford him. Yeah, I'm just going to... This is going to be my off-season. It's just going to be that. And hoping that maybe down the line here... Let's quickly take a look at the 40-man, and let's make sure people that need to be added there are added. Like Dan Aldridge. Definitely needs to be on the roster now. That's really it, in my opinion. He's the only one here that I'm like, if I don't put him on the 40-man, I'm going to lose him. That's fine. Manny Pozo hit quite well in A-ball. I think he's ready for high A next year. So we're going to promote him. And Mike Roberts is just going to get promoted to double A. He's on the fast track to the majors, and that's fine. Man. I really hope Ramirez's extension doesn't hurt us. Let's end this episode actually by trying to trade Ben Swee. Because that'll take a lot of the sting out if we can move on from him. I'll look for prospects or I'll look for regulars, basically. I'm getting a lot of names here, which is good news. I'm getting a lot of names here. Holy shit. Alright. Ideally, I would love a big name starting pitcher. I just don't know if that's going to be possible. Absolutely not. I don't really need another pitcher like this. Otherwise, I'd very strongly think about it just because his contract is ridiculously tiny. Actually, it does get a bit higher, doesn't it? I don't need an incredible relief pitcher. That's not really what I'm looking for. Oh, hell no. You can go to hell with Jake Richmond. I'm not taking him. I don't have that kind of money. Let's go ahead and just look at starting pitchers. And let's see what kind of offers are available if we just look at starters. I quite like Melvin Arenas. He's a surprisingly good hitter. He's got good stuff and okay movement and control. He's not a dominating pitcher, though. But he is also durable. So he's currently my favorite of the bunch. I'm not going for Onestad. John Silfies. Nope, I don't need another pitcher that gives up home runs like that. Same issue. You don't have the stamina. You're way too much money. Okay. Look, let's not lose sight of the major benefit of this trade, right? Which is that we save money. A lot of it. And that we can then apply to other uses. But I do still want the best possible young starting pitcher that we can get. And boy, I'm not convinced that Arenas is it. But I also don't know where else we're going to get a quality prospect that isn't just a hitter. Or that isn't just a reliever. I don't like it either. We're going to try to get a bigger package out of the Twins and see what that manages for us. Eric Trevorrow, perhaps? No, that is a great big old fuck you from them. Okay, that's fine. Victor Villegas is an interesting little pitcher here. I actually quite like him. And we might have a decent chance of getting him. No, that doesn't really make you happy. You've got a ton of mid-range prospects. I'm just going to start picking people random. Nope. Man, they really don't want to give up anybody that's that much better. Like Ismael Morales. No, I definitely don't want him to think about it, because then he'll probably change his mind. Oh, you know what? I am looking for a backup center fielder. What do you have in terms of center fielders on your roster? Okay, you have Marty Duque. Would you give him to me? No, I have to give you basically one of the best players in the majors to get you to budge on Duque. That's unfortunate. I guess you don't have a center fielder to offer me. Unfortunate, but understandable, I guess. Let's try it. It's not going to work, but let's try it at least. Yeah. You're not going to give me Nahara. That's understandable. I wouldn't take Joe Field unless they ate part of his contract, and you're never going to give me Eric Homer. Look, I'm getting a young starting pitcher who has a fair bit of upside here. I'm saving $20 million. Well, not quite 20, but I'm saving quite a bit of money. And I can just let him pitch in the minors and see if there's more to this story. It's a pretty crappy return, in all honesty, but I'm not going to get a better one. So we're going to go ahead and make the trade. Melvin, I will put you on the active roster for now, and then we'll see how you do in spring training. Now, the real big news about this is it opens up a lot more money for us to spend in free agency. Dudes, I just won 99 games. You can afford to pay a little bit more money in ticket revenue. So I can very easily reclaim 10 to 20 million for the right pitcher. Oh, did anyone post? Not yet. Okay. So, we won 99 games, made it to the NLCS, and then... But I'm still not upset with this season. I still think our core is just going to keep getting better. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens to us next season. Also, before we go, do we trade Salix Brown? That is a topic I would like all of you wonderful people to weigh in on, because that's another several $1 million we can free up. Potentially. Like, he's earned his money. He's definitely earned his money. He's been worth 3.7 wins above replacement, which means we've basically been getting him as a steal so far. And he has been very, very good. He's been durable. He gets on base at a good clip. He's got a reasonable amount of pop. He doesn't hit for the average we might like, but other than that, he has been a pretty consistent quality player. The question is, if we move on from him, can we get somebody even better? And that's a very fair question to ask ourselves. But until next time, this has been Avguardian. Thank you for watching, and I bid you good day.